to Western during World War II to study music composition. I think we can say he was successful. Vaughn and 3 other Western students, including Don McGuire. Don, raise your hand so we'll all know that you're here. Including, I think you all remember Don. Formed the Hilltoppers and rode their music to the top of the music charts. Billy Vaughn was the oldest member of the Hilltoppers and wore the familiar red and white beanie to look as young as the other members. Their #1 hit, Trying, was recorded on the stage in Van Meter, not far from where we are right now. Billy Vaughn used his Western start as a stepping stone to international recognition in the music industry.
His musical career spanned more than 4 decades, and he was responsible for starting Western's most renowned teen idol group, the Hilltoppers. Billy Vaughn was the originator of the musical foursome which put Western on the top of the nation's pop charts in 1952. Vaughn recalled that beginning in an interview with a Louisville television station 10 years ago.
Jimmy Sacker used to come out there from Western. He went to Western. He was a football player. He used to come out there and sing. They had a nice voice, so I asked him to get a couple other guys and help me make some dubs on some songs that I'd written. And out of that came the Hilltoppers, and the first song was Trying.
I'm trying to forget you.
We were a gimmick, college kids with a hit record. But we also had a 34-year-old man with us who looked a little bit older than we did. We were 21 and he was 34. So we wore some beanies to make Billy look younger, and we didn't want to wear beanies in front of 40 million people, but we did. We would have worn our underwear had Ed Sullivan asked us, of course.
The fame for the Hilltoppers continued with more hit records over the next few years. But Billy Vaughn's impact on the music industry went far beyond that. He became the music director for Dot Records in 1954 and eventually became one of the top-selling instrumentalists in the world. Vaughn never tired of playing, and his love for Japan resulted in several concert tours there beginning in 1966. But the talented musician never forgot his homeland as he returned to play in local establishments like Bowling Green's Branding Iron and Parakeet restaurants.
He's one of the most compassionate men I've ever met. He's one of the most talented men I've ever met. But I've seen him on the road when we were singing, talk to a little girl over in the corner. Instead of signing 100 autographs, he'd walk over to the corner of the room where we were and talk to a little girl who was too shy to come up. He was immensely talented, and out of those fingers, when they put them on the piano keys, came things that I always wanted to write myself, but I was never able to do it.
1992 Hall of Distinguished Alumni honoree, Billy Vaughn.
Well, sorry for the last-minute switch here. Those of you who knew my father well enough would know that if he had known the prestigious company of his fellow inductees this evening, he would have made some kind of arrangement to be here this evening. He won so many awards over his career from every country in the world, just about the most that any performer, instrumentalist can have. But the one award I think that would have meant the most to him, and I can tell you that this is the truth, that this award would have touched him deeply, and it would have meant the most personal satisfaction for him. And he loved this institution. He really did. He loved learning. He loved ideas. Not democratic ones, but he loved ideas. And he would have been very honored. On behalf of my family, my mother, Marion, my sister Zona, my brother who couldn't make it here this evening, and my father's family here in Kentucky, I want to thank you. And my father was a very shy and very humble and but a very kind and generous person, and I can tell you that I've been here about 24 hours now, and every time I come back to Kentucky I can see that same generosity, that same kindness in all the people that I meet here. And it must be something in the water or something in this rich red earth, but it's a remarkable thing, and I always feel at home when I come back. Thank you.
In the not too distant future, as you enter the Downey University Center, and as you come over from the Diddle Arena side, on the right-hand side, you'll be able to see a very nice plaque there that will have a bronze bust depiction of each of our honorees, and that plaque will be a permanent fixture, and future honorees will be there as well. Well, we said we were going to come this evening and do 2 or 3 things. We're going to honor our inductees. We're going to add a little fuel to the fire of that Western spirit, and we wanted you to have a good time. And I hope all 3 of those have occurred. We want to thank everyone for attending. This university deeply cherishes its alumni and the contributions of its alumni. The true mark in measuring the quality of an institution is the success of those who have attended here previously. Western is the great university it is today because of that wonderful foundation laid by the persons we honor here tonight. For all of you who have taken from your time and your busy schedules to be here, we thank you for taking the time to honor those that we honor as an institution this evening. Now, the David Livingston Band is in place. Those of you who aren't too tired and would like to dance a little bit to some fine music, they'll be playing. Thank you very much for coming this evening.